to him. When you look at the stone face, the cold stone, flat rock of Mini Mike, you see the difference what I'm trying to get at? You can have all the money. You can have all the finest equipment. But, man, if you can't run it right and you can't present it in a proper manner, it's not going to work. Okay, so I was initially concerned as to what this could do. And there's still concern. I mean, you always have concern. But after studying it, thinking about it, analyzing it, I'm not the brightest bulb on the string. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, okay? But I am smart enough to see or feel or experienced enough to feel a pulse of the American people who are tired of losing. Now they're getting hopefully tired of winning because of what Trump's doing. But Trump has done phenomenal things. And I think no matter where you stand, no matter what your if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever, you're seeing that Trump is succeeding even with all the crap that he has to go through. And that is going to resonate with a lot of people. And that's why I say once again, although he lost the popular vote last time, I believe he will not lose it this time, and he'll get an upshot at 3 million. That's my guess. Now, if I'm wrong, okay, won't be the first time. But that's what my gut tells me. And the first time I saw Trump even thinking about running for election in 2016, I said, that's the guy. I know it. I told my family, I told my friends, that's the man. I just totally nixed everybody else because I guess I knew him from New York, from my life experiences up there and watching him and seeing how consistent he was. And when he spoke, he pumped you up. He motivated you. Listen to all these other people out there talking at the debates and listen to Mini Mike. One, you want to go to sleep. Two, you supremacist individual. Okay, I got audio clips here that doesn't make him look good. So the past is coming to haunt him. We all have things in our past. Okay, I try to bury mine and try to be better. But you know, when you're in a position that these people are in, your public venue, and we get to pull it up and see it because you're going to be running the public. So we've got to know as much as we can so we can make the best decisions out there. So anyway, that was my initial thought was, man, I'm tired for Trump. But that guy's just, he's an energizer bunny. He just keeps going and going and going and going. Now, here's the other things we got coming up on the show.
Wait, it's hump day today.
That's right, your favorite day.
It's Wednesday.
It's hump day. I got Susan all excited because it's hump day, and I got Bill Huffman coming in at the 9 o'clock hour.
Yay.
And what else? Maybe Super Ed will fly in for a time or two. I got devotional, quotes and announcements, true stories.
True stories. I love
True stories. Trump blast Bloomberg's 2020 spending spree, buying his way into an election. You've all heard the gripes, complaints, and moans, and truly it's not right. I don't know how this works. I know it can happen. I just don't know how it works in the legal process. It's almost like annexing. But some in Oregon push for secession, look to join Idaho. And I've got the map, and it's just like, man, Idaho goes from an interstate to a West Coast state. If they do that, you got parts of Northern California, you got parts of Oregon. They want to secede, connect to Idaho, and it would be one huge Idaho area there.
Huh.
Chrissy Hynde of the Pretenders. You know Rush's music?
Yeah, I know. I read that story yesterday. She's pretty cool.
She's requesting a pardon for Julian Assange. But what I liked about it was her courteousness.
Yes.
Her
she's liberal, but she also said, hey, you know, she approved of Rush Limbaugh, and she said good things about him. And, you know, she's a cool lady, I think.
In case you don't know, Chrissy Hynde, the, I guess, founder of the Pretenders.
He's the one that, he uses her music in the beginning of his show.
And the reason she allows it is because her dad likes Rush Limbaugh. So she says, okay, I don't agree to everything. We get in arguments a lot, but, you know. But she wrote this letter asking that Assange be pardoned, and I just found it interesting how courteous it was. I would look at it and say, let me look into it. You didn't jump down my throat. You asked me nicely. You wanted me to look at something. I'm going to check it out. Department of Homeland Security waives laws to build more wall. I like it. And this is great. Yesterday, I got somebody who misunderstood what I was trying to do about abortion or euthanizing animals.
Yes,
I was trying to make a point.
I want to mention that.
I was trying to make a point that more people get upset about pets than they do humans. Well, I've got an article here This abortionist is a sicko. Repeat cases make his day. I want to talk about that. So, no, I don't have animals that I'm euthanizing. I love animals. I would never do that. And I'm a protector of the innocent, and I'm pro-life. I got a lot more coming here. We're going to take a break. We'll be back on the other side. Give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. We'll see you on the other side. Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures. If you've decided to carry a handgun for self-defense, you better know what you're doing. If you don't, you better learn fast. Not only fast, but thoroughly. Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures fills the void between a Johnny wannabe and a person who has been properly trained in the proper handling and use of a firearm. Call me, Matt Petros, at 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com and set up a class or seminar to get you started on the road to proficiency with a firearm for self-defense. Go to our website, aaronsgunshop.com, and review the High Cap Adventures page. We have seminars to cover most forms of firearms training. Call 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com to get more information on how to get started with your training. The time for games is over. Reality starts now. aaronsgunshop.com.
Divorce attorney Ed Laughlin.
Is your marriage on the rocks? Have you been wanting to get a divorce but just haven't found an attorney that you can afford? Well, your search for an affordable attorney is finally over. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and I've been helping Texans get fast, inexpensive, hassle-free divorces for 25 years. I offer reasonable fees and always allow my clients to pay out their fees in payments that they can afford. Call me today at 773-8399 or toll-free 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment to get started. The first visit is always free.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed Laughlin today at 1-800-492-2589 or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589 or online at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589. Let Ed help you with all your legal needs. You'll feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad in Names and Numbers.
I spend a lot of time in the garage, but even more time in the rain, sleet, and mud. In 95, I helped tow your moving trailer. In 05, I helped you get out of a ditch. Yeah, I know I'm a bit rusty, and sadly in 09, it was sparks from me, your handy chains, dragging behind your truck that accidentally started a wildfire.
Sparks from dragging chains can start a wildfire. Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation, February 19th, 2020. Matt, your host here. I got Susan Stroh with me. Have you, the listening audience, give me a call at 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Now, before I get into my devotional, I wanted to finish up on what's coming up on the show. So if you have an interest in any one of these particular topics, you can give us a call. I had mentioned that this abortionist is a sicko. Repeat cases make his day, which make me want to vomit. I'm going to be for sure read this so you can hear it, and hopefully you'll vomit too. It takes a farmer. Pence slams Bloomberg. We got a Paul Harvey clip. I got a bunch of other just stepping on it big time and showing how much of a flat rock he is when it comes to personality towards the population. And we'll play that. President Trump threatens to sue everyone over Roger Stone trial. Says it was disgrace. I agree. Can you say Space Force material? I watched a video of a man flying around Dubai using a jetpack. Oh my gosh, was it incredible. A jetpack. He flies up over the water and all of a sudden skyrockets like that movie from Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's the Christmas movie. It's Turbo Man. It looked like Turbo Man.
Wasn't like Iron Man?
Nah, not quite. It was more like a Turbo Man.
That's cool.
Hillary Clinton denies being a potential running mate with Bloomberg, so if she says it, it must be a lie. She's probably thinking about it. This is interesting. George Soros worries about Facebook helping Trump to win. Let me tell you something about George Soros. He can ruin a country's financial situation. He did that to Russia. He made a comment about the ruble over there, and everybody did a run on the bank, and it just was chaotic. This guy's got a lot of power when he says something in the financial market. So when he says something like this, I'm going to listen to it and say, hey, what doesn't he like? And so I've got a little article on that one too. Trump pardons and commutes sentences for political offenders, I guess. I got their names and their stats. We'll read that as well. Arnold thanks, I mentioned this yesterday, but I didn't get to it. Arnold thanks Trump for addressing the homeless problem in California. And I think it's vital that California gets fixed because the more it stays unfixed, the more they come into this state. And the more they come into this state, the more they have a tendency to want to ruin it. Coronavirus threatens Africa. We got details on that as well. Your calls and so much more. So give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Let me do it, the devotional. Let's get the good Lord in here with us. I do devotionals every morning, Monday through Friday, very early in the morning to a long list of people. I've been doing it for a long time, many years, and I've been blessed to do it on this show as well. So if you're not into this kind of thing, like I always say, stick your fingers in your ear, lower the volume, or maybe even take a chance and listen. You might actually get pricked by the Lord and be drawn to him. Today's devotional reads, Good morning. By the grace of God, we have been turned into temples of God, and the Spirit of God dwells in us. And I get this from 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Do you not know that you're a temple of God and that the Spirit of God dwells in you? I continue. Just as some physically built temples are prettier and more majestic than others, so can we be by our labors in the Lord. And this comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 8. Now, he who plants and he who waters are one, but each will receive his own reward according to his own labor. I continue. We are to help build strong, beautiful temples in each other. We lay a foundation of God to our children, our family, our friends, and to strangers. The work that we do now will become evident later, being tested by fire. Again, 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 13 through 15. Each man's work will become evident, for the day will show it because it is to be revealed with fire, and the fire itself will test the quality of each man's work. If any man's work which he has built on it remains, if any man's work is burned up, he will suffer loss, but he himself will be saved, yet so as through fire. And I conclude by saying, let's all strive to build a beautiful temple in ourselves and others so that we may reap the rewards that God has to give to us. Have a blessed day. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We plant the seed, we let the good Lord do the growing, and we see what comes of it. We don't cram it down anybody's throat. Let's just see what happens. So there you go. You can take your fingers out of your ear. You can crank up the volume. And we're going to go to our next little fun segment, and that's the quotes. You can tell me who the author of these quotes are. Give me a call at 866-89-LOGIC, and you'll win a prize. I've got so many things to pick from. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 quotes. Number 1. I don't know if it was much of an interview. We just shot the breeze. 2. Now they're getting so politically correct, you can't even stick your tongue out at somebody. 3. No one wants to quit when he's losing, and no one wants to quit when he's winning. I like that one. I got that one. Here's a giveaway. Next one. You can work hard, do everything that you think is right, but one thing you'll never overcome in life is fate. You can't control fate. 5. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And the giveaway. I'd rather be called king than other things I've been called. So give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. If you can tell me who the author of the quotes are, you win a prize. Susan?
Yes.
We've got so much going on, I really don't know where to start. I'll tell you what. I'm going to do the sicko article. Let's start the day off right with the sicko article. Now, let me explain something. Yesterday, I'm a pro-lifer. I'm a protector of the innocent. I'm a protector of women and children. Guys, I'll protect you too, but stand up, put your man pants on. You should be doing it yourself. But I made a comment about Susan in the very beginning, and we talked about this because I wanted to make a point. And the point was, it seems like people get more upset about something happening to an animal than they do a child. So I said, Susan, I'm going to go, I got these pups I got to get rid of. I got to euthanize them. I don't have the time. It's inconvenient for me to handle them. And so she played along.
Messing around with my lifestyle. It's too much work.
Too much work. So she played along. She's totally innocent. Susan's innocent of this. Okay, I kind of pushed her.
No, I don't do that kind of stuff. Puppies.
So I made the point, and a gentleman called up. He was very upset, and rightly so. But I was trying to make the point to show that I get calls on people about the animals. I don't get calls on people voicing their opinion, try to give a different angle or a different.
We're trying to make the analogy that that people get more upset over cows being killed for food, puppies being euthanized, and we're doing abhorrent things to babies in the late term as they're coming out of the womb. We're killing them, and he just wanted to make a point.
So let me read this article then. It goes, a day when I see a woman come back for another abortion. We take it as a huge compliment, he says.
Now, who is saying this?
I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay.
An abortion provider expressed his satisfaction with seeing past patients return to his clinic to have another abortion. Joe Nelson, who describes himself as your friendly neighborhood abortion provider on Twitter, said it was a huge compliment when women come back to him to perform an abortion. Every single day, I see patients who I've seen before for abortion services but end up with another undesired pregnancy, Nelson wrote Saturday. When they come back, they are often quite embarrassed to be in that position again and are worried we might be judging them. He says we won't. Every single day I see patients who I've seen before from abortion services but end up with another. Okay, that's the tweet. In fact, as a family physician who does exclusively abortion work now, it makes my day to see a familiar face, he continued. Those of us who do this work understand that this can happen to anyone at any time, and we take it as a huge compliment if you trust us with your care again. In fact, as a family physician who does exclusively abortion now, I'm reading it again, I'm sorry. Let's see. Nelson lashed out at pro-life advocates after his tweets gained more social media attention, calling them part of the problem. No, pal, you're the freaking problem. Ladies who are getting multiple abortions, you're the problem. Keep your legs together. Guys who are getting women pregnant, keep it in your freaking pants. The sanctity of life. An innocent child is being lost because you can't keep it in your pants or you can't keep your legs together, all right? You're ridiculous and you're sick. You got a problem. 866-89-LOGIC. Taking a break. See you on the other side.
DWI and criminal defense attorney Ed Laughlin.
Just because you or a loved one has been pulled over or arrested for DWI does not mean you're guilty of DWI. I'm attorney attorney Ed Laughlin, and to be arrested and charged with DWI, the officer has to only have probable cause that you're intoxicated. It's only the officer's opinion. However, to be convicted of DWI, your guilt must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, which is a much stricter burden. If you have been arrested for DWI or any other offense and want an attorney who will rigorously defend you, call me at 1-800-492-2589 or log on to my website at edlaughlin.com. Over the past 25 years as an attorney, I've been both a prosecutor and now a defense attorney. You need an experienced attorney who will work hard to get you the justice that you deserve.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed now at 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. First visit is always free. You're going to feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad and names and numbers.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work.
Sorry, I'm late.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working. Who, me?
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. February 19th, 2020. Matt, your host. Susan Stirl's with me. Good morning, Susan.
Good morning.
And it's Hump Day.
It's Hump Day.
That's right.
Wednesday, February 19th, 2020. The year is flying by already.
And it's a leap year, too.
Yes.
On the 29th. And I've got a special class on the 29th. If you're looking to get a license to carry, I've got a class.
That's not this Saturday, but next
Saturday. Give me a call or go to aaronsgunshop.com. Check it out. Now, look, give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. I was just talking about the abortionist whose day is made by getting repeat customers. Makes his day because he feels that they can talk to me, you know. ladies and gentlemen, I was just thinking about this. Who are the ones that promote this type of acceptance? It's the Democratic platform. Their abortion is okay with them. The right to choose is okay with them. And Ronald Reagan, I had the quotes from Ronald Reagan. He says, it's amazing the people in favor of abortion are the ones who are all alive. They get the opportunity for life.
They were not aborted.
They were not aborted.
That was one of the quotes yesterday or something.
I don't understand how any person out there who is pro-abortion can look at themselves in the mirror and say it's okay to take an innocent life. You people got to screw loose. That's your host's humble opinion. You got to freaking screw loose. You lost your soul. And I will concede very little to abortion because of incest, rape, or severe injury to possible death of the mother, things of that nature. But other than that, it was your choice. You decided to do it. And if there is an accident in mutual sexual relations, and there's an accident, well, hey, you need to take responsibility. And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, in this day and age, a mistake or a slip up, it's accepted. It's not like you're going to be, oh my gosh, like it was in the 30s, 40s, 50s or whatever. And you can't do that, and women are in the alleys like you've always heard with the coat hangers, the whole works because of the shame, blah, blah. Okay, we accept that it happens. But if it happens, you're going to kill your baby? You sicko. So there I stand. Now you know. Now you know what your host thinks. So to the gentleman who got upset, I feel so bad for this guy, who got upset at me yesterday about euthanizing puppies, which I was just using as an analogy. I want to apologize to you. I didn't mean to upset you there. I was just trying to make the point that more people get upset when it comes to animals than it does to human beings. And so we need to get our heads on straight. So the Democratic Party is one that opens that up and accepts it and wants to promote it and push it. Look at Virginia. Is that what you want to run? We've got death panels. I got video, or I've got audio of Bloomberg's with death panels and how, if you're a little older, let's say, for example, you are 90 years old and you've got prostate cancer, but you're healthy enough to maybe get some surgery. But they decide, well, you're old enough, you don't need surgery. We'll just give you a pill so it doesn't hurt. Why can't you have to live another 10 years and enjoy your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren? Why do I have to have somebody telling me, oh, no, I'm sorry, not going to work for you? It's just so, give me a break. I don't want the party of death. I want the party of life. I want the party of growth. I want the party of excitement. I want the party of patriotism, red-blooded Americanism. That's what I want. That's what we should all want. Closing the borders. You got an issue with closing the borders? What's your problem? Immigration. This country can take any amount of immigration that we can handle. Joe Biden says, Joe, go back to sleep. You don't know what you're talking about. This country can only take so much. And because it's illegal immigration, Trump's got no problem with immigration, but it's on a merit system, the way it should be. Look, if you go to any other country almost on this planet, they're going to say, well, what do you got to offer? Why should I bring you and have to feed you too? What do you got to offer to make this country a better place? It's the same thing. It's like Kennedy says, don't ask what this country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. People are losing their souls here. And a lot of it, it's our fault. Somehow, I can understand because I'm a hardworking individual as well. And sometimes you just, do your thing and say, okay, they're just being stupid and silly. Well, the stupid and silly have gotten in positions of power and can dictate and make some rules that us, the hardworking people, are saying, hey, whoa, wait a minute. So not only, we got to be like the farmer, ladies and gentlemen, the farmer, and I'm going to have a clip of this, the farmer who works 29 hours a day and has got so much to do, yet he still does it anyway, or she does it anyway. That's what we got to do. Even though we're working our jobs and multitasking, we still have to pay attention and keep our values straight. If we don't keep our values straight, it's all gone to hell. And this is This is a country built on Judeo-Christian values. I don't care what your religion is, but I'm telling you, this country's policy and mission statement is Judeo-Christian values. Constitution, Bill of Rights, the whole works. Stop jacking with my Constitution, Bill of Rights. And I won't mess with you. You got your own agenda, that's fine, but don't push it or try to alter the goose. The goose is laying some beautiful, shiny, golden eggs that everybody can benefit from. And you want to strangle it. You, the people who are opposed to what this country's all about. I've got AJ, I got Con on the line. Guys,
AJ, this is AJ from Killeen.
Okay, I got a hard break coming up, so you're going to have to stand by, and I'll get you both on after the 3-minute breaks. We'll see you on the other side. Give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC. See you on the other side.
Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop auto shop, family-owned and operated at 1402 North 3rd Street in Temple. Why go to another dealer? Quick Wrench Automotive, a full-service preventive maintenance and automotive repair center, offers a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on most repairs nationwide, which also includes complimentary roadside assistance. Quick Wrench also offers the best price for oil changes around at $17.95 plus tax, which includes 5 quarts of oil, new oil filter, washer fluid, and complimentary 23-point inspection. Other great deals are available on our Facebook page as well as our website, QuickWrenchAutomotive.com. Give us a call Monday through Friday at 254-935-2145 to speak with an ASE certified technician. Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Here at the Logic Nation, we often encourage you to be logical. Now, I've got 2 more great words to live by. Get supplied. With Studio L as a center point, Smith Supply will provide you with everything to clean anything and deliver it on time within 150 miles. That means we can deliver cleaning supplies to any facility, any business, including hotels and motels, even industries and factories, anywhere in the Killeen, Temple, Fort Hood Metro, Waco, and Austin. No matter where you are, we can ship to your order. We also provide janitorial services and building maintenance in some areas, and our Temple showroom and our online catalog are open to the public. We're here to save you money and get your supplies to you on time, every time. So, get supplied. Since 1961, we're Smith Supply, 254-773-3592, and online at smithsupply.com.
Art Coons, the owner of ANC Firearms in Heidenhammer, Texas, is an avid gun enthusiast and enjoys helping all of his customers to find the gun that's perfect for them. With a large selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, finding the right gun becomes easy. Go to ANC Firearms, located at 5819 U.S. Highway 190 in Heidenhammer, or call them 254-983-4417. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives, and a whole lot more. ANC Firearms, 254-983-4417.
Bankruptcy attorney Ed Laughlin.
I really hate to see families suffer, especially when there's something they can do. If you have too many bills to pay, the truth is that filing bankruptcy may be the best thing you ever do. I'm not just saying it, let me prove it to you. That's why I offer a free initial consultation. Call me, because you shouldn't just have to sit there and worry.
Call 1-800-492-2589. The phone call is free and so is the appointment. You're going to feel a whole lot better.
It's getting near dawn when lights close the tired eyes. I'll soon be with you, my love. Give you my dawn surprise. I'll be with you, darling, soon. I'll be with you when the stars start falling.
Okay. I'm sorry. I love that song. I think it's great. Welcome back, Logic Nation. What day is today? February 19th, 2020.
It's Hump Day.
Hump Day. If you want to be on the show, give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us, social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Now, I've got AJ on the line, not our typical AJ, right?
No, not our typical AJ.
Okay, not that it makes you any less AJ. It's just we're trying to separate the two AJs here. So I want to get you on the air. You want to go talk about taxes to some degree. Let's see what you got to say. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you calling. What's on your mind?
Gotcha. All right, so my idea is, what if President Trump made for the Republican Party no taxes on overtime pay? So you work your 40 hours, right? And then anything past 40 hours, no taxes get taken out of it.
That would boost the economy due to the fact that people got a lot more money to spend. It would cause a lot more money generation for the country because products are being bought with all the extra money people have. What do you think about that?
Yeah, and then I'd like to add to something that you're talking about, the hardworking American farmer. So, right, and then I think even in a bigger image for America is like you have even a bigger contrast. You got President Trump going, hey, no tax on your overtime. I want to encourage you to work so you can get more, enjoy more of your money, versus Bernie Sanders, who just wants to give people free stuff. Like, you can't get any more different than that.
Yeah, you're right, AJ. I think there's a lot of people, although I think a lot of people are coming around to this. There's a lot of people out there who don't know where meat comes from. They think it comes from the supermarket. So when they get all these free things, they're thinking, oh, great. Well, they don't know where it comes from. It comes from your pocket, AJ. It comes from my pocket. Susan's pocket.
I know all that. I'm just saying, I just wish this become like, I called your show to bring this a talking point because I'm hoping somebody else hears what we're talking about, calls their congressman, calls their representative. So that way this becomes like, all of a sudden out of nowhere, like, how did this become a national talking point? Bernie Sanders won't be able to take it. Mike Bloomberg, certainly. That taxes soda, for goodness sake.
Well, what I'd like to see, too, is a flat tax, income tax, and also I'd like to see payroll tax go down. Because those of us that are self-employed pay 15% payroll tax, and those, if I'm employed by somebody, the employer pays 7.5%, and I pay 7.5%. But self-employed people, well, we eat it, and then we get income tax, too. So we have to put 50% of everything we make aside. And it's just, it's difficult.
Well, AJ, she brings up a fantastic point, and I'm going to give you the airways to thousands of people across Texas and the country and around the globe, because we're listened to around the globe. You have the microphone. Go. Say it one more time. Let people hear it, and let's see if we can get some people calling and, making this point.
If you want to help President Trump and defeat socialism, because let's be honest, if he doesn't win, it's going to get very ugly around this country.
Yes, it is.
Call your local representative. Tell them, like, hey, make this a selling point. No taxes at all on overtime. That encourages Americans to work hard. That encourages an entire generation that was brainwashed through some of these education systems that were taught you deserve free stuff. You don't deserve anything unless you work for it. It's just, that is the American way. Encourage, like, you're not asking for something for nothing. You're literally asking, hey, let me keep what I made. That is the most American thing, going all the way back to the revolution. And then when it comes down to 2020, you get to keep the money you work for, especially past overtime. You get to spend more, save it. You're encouraging people to work harder. It's just a more American ideal, American zeal than anything to keep the money you make, especially if you work overtime. Like, why would you not want that?
AJ, you said it very well, very clear. I understood it, and I'm a 25-cent guy, and I'm sure there's many people out there who are going to agree with you, and it's going to resonate with a lot of people. So hopefully your words here this morning will transcend to a bigger picture. And I appreciate your call. I got a hard break. We're going to come back in a few minutes. We'll see you on the other side. AJ, thanks for the call.
Hey, you have a great day. Actually, I got to go into work now, but hey, I'll be listening to your radio show later. Have a great day. God bless America. God bless Texas and President Trump 2020.
Woo-hoo! See you on the other side.
See you on the other side.
Sweet strawberry icing. You were strolling along in Goodwill when just past that mid-century side table and denim jacket you spotted them, nestled in their display case. Miniature donut earrings. Oh, yes! Yes! Your favorite half-breakfast pastry, half-all-day dessert food, made into your favorite form of ear candy. Oh my. Those bejeweled sprinkles have satisfied some unknown hunger within you. Shh, do you smell that? That's the sugary scent of shopping success. For this is Goodwill. And with every item you buy, you fund local job training and more. So go forth. Bring home those donut earrings. And bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council. Sweet strawberry icing. You were strolling along in Goodwill when just past that mid-century side table and denim jacket you spotted them, nestled in their display case. Miniature donut earrings. Oh, yes! Yes! Your favorite half-breakfast pastry, half-all-day dessert food, made into your favorite form of ear candy. Oh my. Those bejeweled sprinkles have satisfied some unknown hunger within you. Shh, do you smell that? That's the sugary scent of shopping success. For this is Goodwill. And with every item you buy, you fund local job training and more. So go forth. Bring home those donut earrings. And bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. I came out in the 11th grade. Nobody was embracing you. The kids were cruel. It was very difficult to be gay. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. The hard part was determining that I was going to do it, but I definitely didn't do it alone.
At age 30, with the help of her mentor, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
I have a mentor, Maria. She convinced me to continue my education and to finish what I started to get my diploma. Just never judges. She's a true role model. If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Matt, your host here. It's February 19th, 2020. Welcome back. Give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Bill Huffman is in the house. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, sir. How are we doing today?
Good to see you. Good to see you. You bring us gifts?
Yes, I brought a six-pack for the homies.
That sounds great. What flavors are they?
Rainbow, sprinkles, chocolate, and 3 other players to be named later.
All right.
I like just the plain ones.
Hey, what? No,
really? Because you look more like a sprinkles kind of girl to me.
All right, let me repeat the quotes here. Prize, nobody's called. I thought this would be an obvious one. I've got quotes. Give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC. If you can tell me who the author of the quotes are, you get a prize.
I'm pretty sure it's Margaret Thatcher, but go ahead.
I don't know if it was much of an interview. We just shot the breeze. 2. Now they're getting so politically correct you can't even stick your tongue out at somebody. 3. No one wants to quit when he's losing, and no one wants to quit when he's winning. 4, you can work hard, do everything you think is right, but one thing will never overcome in life is fate. You can't control fate. 5, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And 6, what I think should be the giveaway, I'd rather be called king than other things I've been called. Give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC. Tell me if
Okay,
you know the
maybe
answer.
not Margaret Thatcher.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to let everybody know here, I own Aaron's Gun Shop in Cameron. This Friday is going to be ladies' night. Ladies can come out and shoot for free if you identify as a woman. Whatever. I don't care.
Man, we should have had a little Cool in the Gang ready to bump her up right behind that. Ladies' night.
So if you come on, if you want to be a member, it's we've got yearly members that are prorated, so you get free transfers, range time, guns at cost, the whole works. We've got the High Cap Adventure podcast on Google Play, Spotify, and iTunes, and we were talking about this yesterday. If you want to check out the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, I've got a series on it with some prominent attorneys as well, and we get in-depth discussions. They're about 30 minutes long, and so it's not just Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Well, talk about it. We explain it, the freedom of speech, all those different amendments. So check it out. Seminars, I've got a class coming up on the, I got one this Saturday, but it's booked. I've got one on the 29th as well that's open if you're interested in getting a license to carry. Also do advanced training, self-defense, and home invasion seminars. So give me an email at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com. I'd like to hear, help you out. And, of course, go to the online gun store at aaronsgunshop.com and check out the Gallery of Gun page. And, Susan, don't you have a
I have a new art class coming up. It's I have them on Thursdays from 5:30 to 9. They are at my studio in downtown Temple, and I do 6-week sessions. Thursdays for 6 weeks. We learn. If you don't know anything about drawing or painting, I can teach you from the very beginning. We learn about composition.
I have a question.
Value. Yes.
Since you're a shooter and you know me as the instructor and I've talked to you and so on and so forth, do you find it like I find it easier to teach somebody who's a blank canvas as compared to somebody who may have learned habits that may not have been so good to correct those habits?
I wonder if that's true. Is that true also in artistic endeavors?
Sometimes people get hung up on, when they've been painting a while, sometimes it's hard to change their habits and teach them how to see different things. And
I think that's the way it is in almost any field.
I don't know. See, I would have thought that it would have been more like if you have a basis of knowledge of flow and color, that would give Susan something to work with. I know the people I've taught to shoot, I much prefer the person that says, I'm not sure which end of this thing the little pointy sucker comes out of.
Yeah. So maybe there is a difference.
When you're shooting, there's there's an arrogance and they don't, listen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Does that go over on the painting of a canvas as well?
I don't think as much as as far as the shooting is a different animal than the painting and drawing, I think.
I bet there's not as much ego attached to that.
I think
because I would much rather teach a woman to shoot than a guy. And I like it when a guy comes to me and he says, look, I'm clueless.
Susan, say your dates again.
The 27th, it starts again, and you can go on Sterl Fine Art Studio and my Facebook page and check out the event.
All right, everybody, we'll take a break. Top of the hour. We'll be back in about 5-6 minutes. See you on the other side.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work.
Sorry, I'm late.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working.
Who, me?
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. The following is made possible by Dad.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling all over it.
The dad joke. Corny, grown-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
Why do you have to be careful when it's raining cats and dogs? Because you might step in a poodle.
And kids that spend more time with their dads grow up to be smarter, more successful.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
And with any luck, funnier adults.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he didn't have any body to go with.
Dad jokes rule. So take a moment to make a moment and give your kid a laugh. It's as easy as going to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's really funny.
and your thoughts closed in.
distance, not seeming to hear what I said. Why did you put up such resistance, like all the lights were red? 'Cause you and me, baby, I saw you there. Straight away I knew there's really no hiding. I tell you right now what we're gonna do. We'll go collecting the days, putting the moments away. You're on my mind like a song on the radio. You're on my mind like a song on the radio.
Sweet strawberry icing. You were strolling along in goodwill when just past that mid-century side table and denim jacket you spotted them, nestled in their display case. Miniature donut earrings. Oh, yes! Yes! Your favorite half-breakfast pastry, half-all-day dessert food, made into your favorite form of ear candy. Oh, my. Those bejeweled sprinkles have satisfied some unknown hunger within you. Shh. Do you smell that? That's the sugary scent of shopping success. For this is Goodwill. And with every item you buy, you fund local job training and more. So go forth. Bring home those donut earrings. And bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. It's February 19th, 2020. Matt, your host here. I've got Susan Stroh with me. I've got Bill Huffman. Hey, Bill, did you bring any Corona with you?
Well, I brought some Corona information.
Okay.
I have the limes and salt. I thought Susan was bringing the Corona. I did bring a six-pack.
Yeah, but that was donuts. We're talking Corona, and we're not talking beer either. Coronavirus.
Rainbow donuts. Did you know that?
No, you know I didn't.
So cool.
I broke down and ate a donut, which I feel regretful of right now because I'm trying to watch what I'm eating.
I had a Corona the other day. It was really good.
Yeah.
Are we talking about donuts or Coronas? Because I love both of them.
We'll have a Corona with a donut. Now look, all right, let's put
I've
a
never eaten a whole six-pack of donuts, but
Look,
I
there's
drank a six-pack of Coronas.
I don't want to coronavirus people out, but we're going to mention it a little bit.
Yeah,
in
there's
a little
more scoop.
in a little while. I mean, it's important to know it because something's going on. But I got Rick on the line. Rick is somewhere in Indiana, and the home of John Cougar Mellencamp. Actually, it's just John Cougar now.
Seymour.
No, I'm sorry, it's
Indiana.
John Mellencamp. I'm sorry. What?
He's in Seymour, Indiana.
Oh. Well, Susan, you need to
It's
write
written
more
right
clear.
there.
I thought it was somewhere. All right, Rick, I'm going to get you on the line here. Hold on a second. Rick thinks he knows the answer to the quotes. Rick, welcome to the show. Thanks for calling. You're somewhere in Indiana, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm somewhere in Indiana, Seymour. I said the home of John Cougar Mellencamp, but it's actually the hometown. I'm not at his house, so I didn't realize what I'd said.
What's that song?
So I
Small
heard you
Pink
say-
Houses. Did his walls come tumbling down? And does he have a woman that's good to live with? I don't know. Whatever all his songs are.
I don't remember all the songs, but yeah, the quotes I got wrong the first time, but the second time I got it right. It was Richard Petty.
Don't tell them your secrets.
Richard Petty. That's right.
Don't tell them those.
I would have thought a lot of people would have picked up on this since we had that crash, and we had Trump doing the Daytona 500 and all that kind of stuff. And Keely, what's her name? Keely Regan, I think her name was. She wanted her helmet signed by Trump, and we had the crash. Fortunately, he's recovering okay. And so I thought people would get it quicker than that. But you got it right. It was Richard Petty. And what was the one that gave it away? Was there anyone in particular?
The one that come back to memory was the first one you read.
I don't know if it was much of
much of an interview, but
we just shot the
we were
breeze.
just shooting the breeze.
Well, it doesn't matter. You got it. And I'm assuming you're going to do the same protocol, and that is donate it to somebody?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Hey, and I got a picture the other day. A buddy of mine sent me a picture with a Corona and a Lyme in it, right?
Yeah.
So I sent him a message back, said, what, you saying you got coronavirus with Lyme disease?
America's beautiful. I love America. We can make jokes about anything. And, I've always said this. I've said this when I was a little kid, and I say it all the time. There's a lot of times America gets its butt whooped in the first battle because we're just easygoing people. It's like all of a sudden people step on and walk all over us. And then you say, no more. And then we go and kick your rear end. We just get together, organize, and we kick your rear end. It's the American way, man. God bless America. I love this freaking country. That's why I put on a uniform. My family, I've got pictures of my family. It goes all the way back to King Faisal, Prince Faisal, when they were doing in World War I. Lawrence of Arabia. If people are familiar with Lawrence of Arabia, my grandfather was an intelligence officer and worked directly with Lawrence. Okay, and this is exciting news here. This is pretty cool. On a major victory, my grandfather goes up as an intelligence officer and tells Prince Faisal King Faisal at that time, and says, "We have won a great victory." And Faisal was so emotionally excited, he took off those J-shaped daggers. It had diamonds and rubies and all the gold on it.
Scimitar? No.
I'm not sure what they call it, but he took it off of him and he gave it to my grandfather. We have it in our family to this day. It was written up in the New York Times, the whole works, pictures of it. It was just great. So it goes back from him, and then on my dad's side, he was in the military as well. My dad was in World War II. Lots of my family, as so many others were. My brothers were the smart ones. They went to West Point. I'm the stupid enlisted guy, and here I am. So I love America. You cut me, I bleed red, white, and blue, and that'll give you some idea why I think and say what I say. So what do you think about that, Rick?
I think it's great. And you're right. We're easy going. We'll let you hit us the first time, but when we come back, we're coming back with a vengeance. If you don't believe that, ask the Japanese in World War II.
You got it, brother. Rick, you be careful on the road. I appreciate you listening. Thanks for calling, and we'll give it to somebody who's deserving of the prize. And give us a call. And you got any comments on anything else that's going on in the world? How about Bloomberg? What do you think about Bloomberg?
I think he's a joke with a whole lot of money.
I think he's a joke that's a potential threat if we don't watch it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, he's a joke that can be threatening because he's got so much money.
I would put, don't misunderstand what I'm about to say. I would put Bloomberg and Trump at the same level in the sense of the power that they have. However, I think Trump trumps Bloomberg because I feel as though Trump has a way with the American people. He's got a connection.
Trump has charisma.
Yeah, he's got a connection.
He's pro-American. Bloomberg is not pro-American.
He's
Bloomberg
anti-soda.
is a socialist, communist guy.
Who would tax a soda,
He's
Susan?
arrogant. Well, Trump has got his own arrogant way too, but at least he's pro-American. He's American.
That's right.
Red-blooded.
You know the one
Bloomberg, I'm not sure what color he is.
The one I can't figure out is Bernie. Last time around, Bernie quietly stepped out of the campaign to be steamrolled by Hillary, and then she bought him $1 million home.
Yep, that's right.
So you have to ask yourself, is Bernie campaigning for the
Another
presidency?
Or
Maybe Bloomberg will buy him $1 million home this
I'm
time.
sure he would. I'm sure he would. Maybe he'll buy him a subscription to that adrenalized blood that the wackos are drinking. Have you heard this? You got to put your tinfoil hats on, folks. That you steal children and you
How you doing?
You lock them in a room.
Having fun yet?
Hey, Rick, you're still on, buddy. If you want to make a comment.
I gotta go later.
All right, talk to you later, buddy.
But you take the kids, you lock them in a room, you feed them well, and you gain IV access, and then you terrify them through electronic measures or whatever. You just scare the hell out of them. They supercharge with their blood with adrenaline, and then you drain that off of them, and you give it to George Soros, and it knocks a decade off of them.
Oh, I see. That's how they live forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes them immortal.
And there's the tinfoil hat, folks. And, I wish that we could just say the tinfoil hat, folks.
You know why I'm laughing? You know why I'm laughing, Bill? Because I've gone down those roads, and I can see where you can come up with that information.
Yep.
But there's people out there who look at you like you got 3 heads on you. But the thing is, these kind of people write it in books. They tell you the thoughts. It's like Hitler with Mein Kampf. He's telling you what he's going to do. He's telling you how he thinks. No big deal. And then he ends up implementing it.
Hitler was Man of the Year in 1938,
That's right.
Time Magazine.
That's right. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back on the other side. Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures. If you've decided to carry a handgun for self-defense, you better know what you're doing. If you don't, you better learn fast. Not only fast, but thoroughly. Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures fills the void between a Johnny wannabe and a person who has been properly trained in the proper handling and use of a firearm. Call me, Matt Betros, at 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com and set up a class or seminar to get you started on the road to proficiency with a firearm for self-defense. Go to our website, aaronsgunshop.com, and review the High Cap Adventures page. We have seminars to cover most forms of firearms training. Call 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com to get more information on how to get started with your training. The time for games is over. Reality starts now. aaronsgunshop.com.
Divorce attorney Ed Laughlin. Is your marriage on the rocks? Have you been wanting to get a divorce but just haven't found an attorney that you can afford? Well, your search for an affordable attorney is finally over. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and I've been helping Texans get fast, inexpensive, hassle-free divorces for 25 years. I offer reasonable fees and always allow my clients to pay out their fees in payments that they can afford. Call me today at 773-8399 or toll-free 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment to get started. The first visit is always free.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed Laughlin today at 1-800-492-2589 or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589 or online at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589. Let Ed help you with all your legal needs. You'll feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad in names and numbers.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work.
Sorry, I'm late.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working.
Who, me?
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation, February 19th, 2020. Matt, your host here. I've got an old friend of mine. He's probably not listening. His name is Frank. Frank, if for some reason you are listening, happy birthday, buddy. Okay.
Happy birthday, Frank.
Give me a call, 866.
Sing happy birthday for you. No.
866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. I've got Gary on the line. Gary, stand by just for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about this yesterday, and that was Team Logic. I had Jim Crothers on here. He usually comes up on Thursday. I asked him to come in yesterday because I had this idea of Team Logic where we're the team here and we're all the players. We just, the team here in the studio is just the hub we're all players. Every one of you out there is a spoke in the wheel. And we were talking about pushing everybody to get to the voting booth November 11th, or early voting, or the upcoming elections and so on and so forth. And we need drivers. We need to know who needs a ride. We need people who will make phone calls for those. And if you want, give me a call. Tell me who you are. Tell me what you need. Tell me what's what. We're going to get the rosters here just so that we can coordinate it and organize it, because we want to get out there and get a red wave, a huge red wave. And it's going to take people like us to do that, and other people just like us in different areas and in locations to do the same thing. It's going to be a team effort, grassroots effort. We're going to all do it together, and we're going to just make a humongous tsunami of a red wave, okay?
Well, it's really important to vote in the primaries, and Super Tuesday is March 2nd. March 2nd? Tuesday, March 3rd, March 2nd?
Mm-hmm.
And it's really important to go out there. Early voting ends the 28th.
So step up. If you want to be a part of the solution, step up, give us a call, give us your name and number. Obviously, it's going to be confidential, and it'll stay within the confines of what we're trying to do here. But let's see if we can get people there. So in other words, if you're a driver, tell me what area you're in. If you're a needer of a ride, tell us where you got to go. And maybe we can link these people up and make sure that you get there. So, all right, I've got Gary on the line. Gary, I appreciate you calling. You want to talk about Bloomberg and Hillary. I guess you saw something. So I'm going to get you set up here. Welcome to the program. Thanks for calling. What's on your mind, buddy?
Yeah, the other day I saw a picture of, it had Hillary with a caption, Bloomberg committed suicide, and it shows, how whenever a dead person is, they outline the person.
Yes.
And then they had little cones all around, like where the shells maybe have fallen. And if somebody's going to commit suicide, it doesn't take 5 or 6 shells to do this.
It does if you miss the first couple of times.
Well, that's true. But all right. And the caption also said, "Is Bloomberg wanting to sign his death wish?"
Yeah.
Everybody's been associated with Hillary and what she wants to do.
Have you ever thought, Gary, that Bloomberg might say, "I don't want to do this. I'll get in and I'll resign, and you have your presidency"?
I just want you to be the president.
That's
and
right.
Since you're so unelectable because you are such a
witch.
Boy, I was going for another word. Thank you.
Think about that, though, Gary. Think about that, though. The surface thought process, sometimes it's evident. It's like, hey, the grass needs cutting, but sometimes there's things in the grass that you got to think about and talk about. And what if Bloomberg says, "I'm doing this. I got the money. I don't want Trump in there, but heck, I got other things to do than be president."
Yep, I don't want Trump in there, but you know what? I would love for the Democratic Party to kiss my financial hind end on any of my businesses, any laws I need passed, any inspectors I need looking the other way.
Now, I saw a picture of Soros with his hand up a puppet, and the puppet was Obama. Just think about it. It could be Bloomberg with his hand up Hillary's skirt being the puppet. I mean, what a nasty thought. But what I'm saying is you got Hillary as the puppet, and
why not?
Bloomberg gets in there, and he's got his hand up her skirt in the sense of manipulating which way she goes, and it's a figurative speech, basically saying, "Okay, Hillary, I got you in here. This is what I want. You're the face. You're the front."
We know that you've never had an original thought,
and we owe you.
And we know that you will follow your handlers.
Because if she says she's not anywhere interested in running with Bloomberg, because she said that, she's a liar. I don't trust anything that comes out of that woman's mouth. There is multiple ulterior motives when it comes to this woman. Well, what do you think about that, Gary?
Well, that's true. But now on Bloomberg, if he would have an aha moment and think, well, everybody that's associated or been associated with the Clintons, their history is they're dead.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Gary. Let's just pretend that's what he's thinking. Okay, I know sometimes we say this out of just trying to make a joke.
Well, but he's an elitist, so that doesn't apply to him. Nothing applies to him.
I don't.
Well, I just thought I'd throw that out there today because in a way I thought it's kind of amusing, but in another way it's true. And I hope that's it. Well, that'd be the only way she'd make president, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, based on what you said and what I said, the end result is the same. if Bloomberg gets in and he has Hillary as that, and when the standing joke goes that she's going to cap him or he's going to commit suicide, whatever, or he gets there elected with a pre-arrangement that if I get in, I'll resign so you get the office.
Right.
Who knows, man? It's so crazy. Why would Pelosi impeach a president that is so unimpeachable? Why would she do that? Why would she give it up? I mean, they're committing suicide themselves. So who's to say that this isn't a possibility?
Well, and remember, if a president is created out of a vice president halfway through a term.
10 years, buddy.
10 years. Can you imagine 10 years of Hillary Clinton?
I'd shoot myself.
I'd ask you to do murder-suicide before you went. Oh.
Well, Gary, you bring up some good points. Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, but we got to remember one thing. The Lord is always in control.
Always. Now and always. That's right.
Yeah. Well, you have a blessed day. I love your show.
Well, great. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling. And give us a call in the future. We'll be going over a lot of stuff in just a few minutes. So here, if you got something else you want to do, give us a call back, all right?
All right. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Take care. All right, so there we go. Now, I've got about 3 minutes here. Let me get rid of this one article. It's not pertaining to politics, but I thought it was pretty cool. Can you say Space Force, everybody? Sure you can.
Space Force.
Space Force. Space Force. I thought this was great. It has so many military applications. And can you picture this? Can you picture when they modify this? Because they will. They will modify this. You're going to be going from runway to atmosphere before you know it. It's incredible. A viral video shows a man conducting a 100% autonomous flight around the city of Dubai, United Arab Emirates, using a jetpack. Footage from last week shows the man in the jetpack do a vertical takeoff, the first of its kind for Dubai's jetmen, before he launches into a rapid glide towards the city. Then later shoots up skywards like Superman before falling back to Earth with a parachute. The parachute's just a backup. Before you know it, they're going to be taking off and landing.
Coming down is the hard part, I would think.
Well, if you think about it.
No, not really, because I've seen guys with parachutes just in case, but they've got their glider suits, the bat suits.
Yeah, the bat suits.
I saw one guy land in the water. He just skimmed into the water without a chute.
Oh, I could dig
That's
that.
so cool.
So if you got a jetpack on and you got reverse thrusters or something, I'm sure you could do it. I mean, James Bond had that in one of the first early Sean Connery James Bonds.
It's really cool.
Of course, he was on wires, but yeah, he had that. But if you think about it, just from a physics standpoint, it would seem like the thruster fire that would be required to stop your descent at a gentle rate would take up a heck of an amount of fuel.
I was watching him go off the ground with his thrusters, and he was just floating off the water, probably about 30 feet off the water, just floating there. Sure, it's like a Harrier jet, okay? It's just, you're using those thrusters.
He's having to maintain, 350 pounds of thrust?
I saw him fuel up. He lifts up, goes off the pier, comes back, just checking things out. Then he's on the pier again, and then he lifts off. He does a horizontal glide, and all of a sudden, man, he just skyrockets into the air, way above the skyscrapers of Dubai, flies around, and I don't know if he just stopped it to stop or he felt it was before the fuel ran out. He wanted to make sure that he had a controlled parachute fall. But when they modify that and perfect it, my gosh, what an awesome thing that will be, especially out there in space. Just imagine the applications you've got. You've got enemy infiltration, jumping out of an aircraft miles away from a border of another country.
Right.
You drop down to a certain altitude.
Because radar's not going to see something 2 meters long,
Right.
and 1 meter across.
So you get down to a point where they can't detect you, and all of a sudden you cut on your jetpack. Can you imagine? That's just so cool, I think. All right, we're going to take a break in a few seconds here. But the technology, once you get something, just give it about 5 to 10 years before it's perfected.
I'm starting to GoFundMe right now.
There you go. All right, everybody, give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. See you on the other side.
DWI and criminal defense attorney Ed Laughlin.
Just because you or a loved one has been pulled over or arrested for DWI does not mean you're guilty of DWI. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and to be arrested and charged with DWI, the officer has to only have probable cause that you're intoxicated. It's only the officer's opinion. However, to be convicted of DWI, your guilt must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, which is a much stricter burden. If you have been arrested for DWI or any other offense and want an attorney who will rigorously defend you, call me at 1-800-492-2589 or log on to my website at edlaughlin.com. Over the past 25 years as an attorney, I've been both a prosecutor and now a defense attorney. You need an experienced attorney who will work hard to get you the justice that you deserve.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed now at 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. First visit is always free. You're going to feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad in names and numbers.
Some knowledge belongs to us and us alone. The way our girlfriends walk, the way they talk, the way they touch their hair. We hold details that only a sister can know about her girls. But what about our other girls? The ones that we carry with us every day. Can we describe them when everything's right? Can we feel when something's wrong? Our bond with our sister girls gives life. But knowing your breasts can save it. Go to knowyourgirls.org for the facts you need on breast health. That's knowyourgirls.org. Brought to you by Susan G. Coleman and the Ad Council.
The following is made possible by Dad.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling all over it.
The dad joke. Corny, grown-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
Why do you have to be careful when it's raining cats and dogs? Because you might step in a poodle.
And kids that spend more time with their dads grow up to be smarter, more successful.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
And, with any luck, funnier adults.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he didn't have any body to go with.
Dad jokes rule. So take a moment to make a moment and give your kid a laugh. It's as easy as going to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's really funny.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm gonna take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
It's getting near dawn. When lights close the tired eyes, I'll soon be with you, my love. Give you my dawn surprise. I'll be with you, darling, soon. I'll be with you when the stars start falling.
Welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation, February 19th, 2020. Matt, your host here. I got Susan Sturl with me, Bill Huffman. Yeah, you, the listening audience, in the middle of a story. I missed the punchline.
Hadn't happened yet.
Okay.
Yep,
We'll
you're
come
safe.
back on a break on for that one. All right. Give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Bill, I know you got to leave a little early, so I wanted to go over. There's a lot of headlines on coronavirus. Let's do an update because after that, once you leave, I'm going to be hitting Bloomberg and all these audio clips because I want to definitely play these audio clips so you can hear the stone cold face of this guy. And
what a peach!
Yeah. So let's talk coronavirus because there's a lot more to this than we think. Yeah, we're probably okay here because we have it under control. But there's some important facts that we need to know and be aware of.
We want to start by a quick refresher. I want you to remember that there are a couple of reasons that the coronavirus is especially deadly, or I should say especially virulent is the proper word. It's very, very, very strong. And the reason for that is because after the coronavirus escaped, I'm not even going to play the whole conspiracy thing with you. Was it made? Yeah, it was made. But no, okay, fine. It's normal. It just came out. It escaped. Some people got sick. Somehow it got transmitted to the bat community. Bats have incredibly strong immune systems. So bats can eat the nastiest things on Earth and not get sick. Well, apparently the virus changed inside the bats to become so deadly that it could even kill the bats and make them sick. And then this new and improved version has been passed back to us. The experts at this point are saying that the coronavirus did not come from the food market. It may have traveled through the food market, but that's not where it started or how it got its foothold. So I want you to remember that this is a very, very, very powerful one. And let's just look at, just briefly, some headlines. As of an hour ago, the first case of the new coronavirus confirmed in Iran. That's amazing. You think China ignores human rights? Good Lord. Beijing has enacted quarantine measures in all their military regions, in or out. And there are now a list of firms that are eligible for China loans to ease the coronavirus crisis. Apple has fallen way off in their production. They've had to adjust their third quarter earnings projections because of all the people who are not making iPhones. Passengers finally begin leaving the quarantine cruise ship as the U.S. blocks Americans from returning. Well, they block Americans from returning until they're asymptomatic. Japan and South Korea report a big jump in the coronavirus cases. The first coronavirus case confirmed in Napa Valley, California. So Silicon Valley, congratulations, you're part of the group. Coronavirus outbreak dents the impact of China's scrap metal tax relief. That only tells a fraction of it. China is in serious, serious trouble. Remember, this is the country that has built ghost towns, has built entire communities just to have people working. For all their concentration of population, they still don't need the cities that they have built. But they did it just because people got to work. The casinos, the Macau casinos, reopen after coronavirus suspension. That will happen on February 20th after being closed for 2 weeks. And China's virus hit industrial cities start to ease curbs to restore production. This is a Beijing headline, which is interesting because do they have it under control? No. It's just kind of the point now where they either work or die. And I'm not talking about a totalitarian regime when I say that. It's at the point where you either get the wheels turning on China or it's going to derail. And they have been right on the verge of such an epic crash for so long. There is no telling how this is going to come out. If they don't get these infections under control if they don't get their people working again, I just don't know what's going to happen, and neither do they. And if you have seen the videos of them fogging in the mass population areas, if you haven't seen this, Google it or YouTube it and find those videos. I'm not talking about the guy walking down the sidewalk with a hand bug sprayer like they did when we were kids and they sprayed DDO season. I'm not talking about the pickup truck with the fogger on the back of it. We used to ride our bicycles behind that dude and play in the fog. We thought it was pretty cool. I'm talking about trucks.
That explains it.
Indeed. Well, that in Southern California in the 70s. They say if you remember them, then you didn't do it right. But
now, look, we're going to take a break, but I want to bring a comment up after the break, and that is, all these headlines, China and other places, and just a couple things going on here in the States. Why is it such a big deal to us? Let's discuss that when we come back. We'll be back in a couple minutes. See you on the other side. 866-89-LOGIC.
Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop auto shop, family-owned and operated at 1402 North 3rd Street in Temple. Why go to another dealer? Quick Wrench Automotive, a full-service preventive maintenance and automotive repair center, offers a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on most repairs nationwide, which also includes complimentary roadside assistance. Quick Wrench also offers the best price for oil changes around at $17.95 plus tax, which includes 5 quarts of oil, new oil filter, washer fluid, and complimentary 23-point inspection. Other great deals are available on our Facebook page as well as our website, quickwrenchautomotive.com. Give us a call Monday through Friday at 254-935-2145 to speak with an ASE certified technician. Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Here at the Logic Nation, we often encourage you to be logical. Now, I've got 2 more great words to live by. Get supplied. With Studio L as a center point, Smith Supply will provide you with everything to clean anything and deliver it on time within 150 miles. That means we can deliver cleaning supplies to any facility, any business, including hotels and motels, even industries and factories, anywhere in the Killeen, Temple, Fort Hood Metro, Waco, and Austin. No matter where you are, we can ship to your order. We also provide janitorial services and building maintenance in some areas, and our Temple showroom and our online catalog are open to the public. We're here to save you money and get your supplies to you on time, every time. So, get supplied. Since 1961, we're Smith Supply, 254-773-3592, and online at smithsupply.com.
Art Coons, the owner of ANC Firearms in Heidenhammer, Texas, is an avid gun enthusiast and enjoys helping all of his customers to find the gun that's perfect for them. With a large selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, finding the right gun becomes easy. Go to ANC Firearms, located at 5819 U.S. Highway 190 in Heidenhammer, or call them 254-983-4417. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives, and a whole lot more. ANC Firearms, 254-983-4417.
Bankruptcy attorney Ed Laughlin.
I really hate to see families suffer, especially when there's something they can do. If you have too many bills to pay, the truth is that filing bankruptcy may be the best thing you ever do. I'm not just saying it, let me prove it to you. That's why I offer a free initial consultation. Call me, because you shouldn't just have to sit there and worry.
Call 1-800-492-2589. The phone call is free and so is the appointment. You're going to feel a whole lot better.
Welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Matt, your host here. I got Susan Stroh with me. Bill Huffman and you, the listening audience. So give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC. Got a lot coming up still. We're talking coronavirus at the moment. And Bill, you know, a lot of people here in the United States say, well, it's not happening here. Why do I have to listen to this? Why is it so important? Why are you talking about blah, 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 blah?
We would hope to an extent they were right. We would hope to an extent that the fact that we are not forced to breathe each other's air every minute of every day, the fact that we have a superior healthcare system, the fact that we have superior nutrition, that we will not be as affected as many countries will. And I would stand on that. I would say, you're right. You don't have to worry about it like the people in China have to worry about it. We're not beating dogs to death in New Hampshire. We are not locking down entire cities in Chicago, New York, Los Angeles. We're not doing that. And we don't have to. We have a very powerful public health system that protects us well. We have people that appear to know what they're about. And I would remind you from our last conversation that I do not trust the World Health Organization. They're the medical arm of the United Nations.
Well, let's talk about that because I got 3 headlines there I wanted you to help touch on. And since you brought it up, look at the green one there.
Right, right. World Health Organization dubs coronavirus public enemy number 1.
Okay, so when you say I don't trust them and they put the headline there, I go, oh my gosh, they're admitting it because I don't trust them, but they're admitting it. And so you see what I'm getting at?
Okay, so what good does that do? Do you remember Michelle Obama's tweet of her with a very unhappy face holding up a piece of poster board that says, "Bring back our girls"?
Yeah.
When the little girls were kidnapped from the school. Come on. I am sure that as many terrorists that kidnap little girls from special schools in Africa, I'm sure that an equal number of those people pay attention to Twitter feed and Facebook, as do the coronavirus microbes. So, probably if we would all hold up a sign on Twitter that says, "Microbes go home," they'd probably just leave us in peace, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Also, there's the Hubei doctors warning of an even deadlier coronavirus reinfection causing sudden heart attack.
What's it, remutating or something?
Mutation is a constant process. It's a question of how fast something mutates. Look at your flu shot. The flu shot that you got this year has almost nothing to do with the flu shot you got 5 years ago because it's a different flavor. The old stuff doesn't work on the new stuff, and the old stuff either dies and goes away or it turns into the new stuff.
Can you always outrun a flu or some type of bacteria with antibacterial shot or some type of shot? Because I heard, the bad things out there are getting smart and we can't control them. The antibiotics aren't working anymore.
Absolutely.
But I can't believe that's true because everything, there's got to be an anti-something, right?
That doesn't mean that you're on top of it. There's a lapse. You walk around a corner and there's a guy standing there waiting and he's already got his gun out pointing at you. He had peeked around the corner and he saw you were coming around the corner, so he's ready. He's going to rob you. And he's got his gun out and it's pointed right center mass when you walk around the corner. You're carrying a gun. Are you going to be able to shoot back in time?
Well, I don't know. Based on the stories I read from the American Rifleman's Armed Citizens column, I got people with guns pointed in their face, and they pull out their guns from under the counter and shoot the people. So I don't know. Maybe we can.
Yeah, I like those stories. but the moral of the story here is that when the virus gets to a certain mutation, when it levels up, Mario, then the antiviral vaccine or the flu vaccine has to level up also. And you can't level up in anticipation of the next mutation of the virus. It doesn't work like that because the virus, you don't know what the virus is going to mutate to until it does. You therefore cannot
so you
affect it until it does.
And so since there's a delay, you can have potentially major problem because so many people get infected before you figured out what it was.
Exactly.
So that's where this coronavirus headline is coming from. They're saying it's mutating. And so although we're trying to put into submission what we first saw, all of a sudden we're stuck with 14 people in incubation period of something new.
Right.
Wow.
Exactly right.
Did I just say all that?
You did. That was very smart.
We'll take a break. We'll be back in 3 minutes. See you on the other side.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm gonna take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Hey, y'all, Jeff Foxworthy here. Now, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing over and over for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
That's why I'm filling in for Smokey to switch things up, because there's a lot more to say. And I should know because my grandfather was a firefighter. And one of the things he taught me is that the people that love the outdoors the most are often the ones accidentally starting wildfires, which means always BYOB. No, bring your own bucket to the campfire. And be extra careful with things like burning yard trimmings. Don't just walk away, or chances are you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Sweet strawberry icing. You were strolling along in Goodwill when just past that mid-century side table and denim jacket you spotted them, nestled in their display case. Miniature donut earrings. Oh, yes. Yes! Your favorite half-breakfast pastry, half-all-day dessert food, made into your favorite form of ear candy. Oh, my. Those bejeweled sprinkles have satisfied some unknown hunger within you. Shh. Do you smell that? That's the sugary scent of shopping success. For this is Goodwill. And with every item you buy, you fund local job training and more. So go forth. Bring home those donut earrings and bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation, February 19th, 2020. Matt, your host here. I got Susan Stroh with me, Bill Huffman. We're talking coronavirus. We got you, the listening audience, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Bill, I wanted to kill this hour with the final article or two about coronavirus because when we come back after top of the hour, I've got a bunch of audio clips I want to go over on Bloomberg and give people an idea of the stone cold. He's like a river rock, a flat river rock with personality. He's just, there's nothing face. There. That's so, what I call him.
Well,
stone face,
he may be stone face, but it's okay because he is
I thought the great stone face was Roger Mitchum.
I think you're right.
Robert Mitchum.
Robert Mitchum. It's okay that he's stone faced because he is also the most bigoted, racist, misogynistic, homophobe you could ever run into, and I know you're going to grab that ball and run with it next hour.
I'm not grabbing no ball and running with it. Let me tell you that.
You settle down.
Robert Mitchum was handsome. You can't compare Robert Mitchum and Bloomberg. Oh, my gosh.
Well, anyhow, let me let's just a little more about coronavirus. I'm always scared I'm going to OD people. So, with the coronavirus, there's a great headline from Zero Hedge just a couple days ago, and it says Bill Gates warns 10 million lives at risk as virus spreads to Africa and Taiwan reports its first death. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, China packs them in, has a fairly backwards government by our standards, but because of the fact that they do treat their people in serfdom, they can make you take your medicine, literally. They can make you get your shots, and they're going to be able to control this virus a lot better than Africa is. I think saying 10 million lives in Africa could be a drop in the bucket by the time this is all said and done.
Really? You think so?
We're talking about pockets of people who live so primitively. They don't have a doctor or a nurse. They haven't gotten their polio shot.
Look, you got a couple of minutes. Skim through that article because I read it a couple of days ago, and I know there's some stuff in there that basically gives you an idea of why we're worried about Africa and Taiwan, actually. But Africa, it's basically saying, until you find something there, that they know it's coming, they're prepared, but they just don't have enough preparedness that's available.
Right. And Bill Gates says that this is a huge challenge. We've always known the potential for a naturally caused or intentionally caused, said Bill, pandemic is one of the few things that could disrupt health systems and economies and cause more than 10 million excess deaths. I think that's totally realistic. I actually do.
Isn't it amazing, though, that you have a population of close to 8 billion people on this planet, but 10 million here or 5 million there can make such a dramatic effect on an economy? You wouldn't think that'd be the case.
I don't think it's the deaths that are making the effect on the economy. I think it's the fact that we're having to shut down the store till we figure out who's sick and who's not let them get together.
Which is causing stop in production. That's my whole point. But it all comes down to the basis of people are sick, a certain number, but the percentage of it compared to the population of the planet. I mean, if you think about it, the population of the planet compared to who's sick, it's a drop in the bucket, if that.
Right.
But what it does, it's cataclysmic.
Exactly. And it's not the number of people that die from it. It's the number of people who are quarantined and contained from it, and that the world comes to a screeching halt while that's happening.
I guess you could look at it like this. You get a gallon full of white paint and you put a teaspoon of black paint in it. The white outweighs the black, but the white is lost forever due to the teaspoon of the black. White will never be the white again.
That's right.
So you got a small percentage of people who are sick to the mass population that's out there on this planet, and it has a potential devastation to do that kind of stuff to it.
Yeah, when Bill Gates was talking about this, he said this could be particularly if it spreads in areas like sub-Saharan Africa and some of Asia. It could be very, very dramatic. And he added that COVID-19 is more concerning than Ebola. Do you remember sweating Ebola? More concerning than Ebola.
Well, let's
because
clarify
the rate of which the disease spreads is far faster.
COVID-19 was replaces coronavirus because they didn't want people, the WHO didn't want people to get worried or stigmatized by coronavirus.
And this is being called a lightning flu now because of the way it spreads.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a top of the hour break. We'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. If you got a comment or a subject you want to talk about, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at LogicNation.us, social media, Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. We'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. See you on the other side.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work. Sorry, I'm late. Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working.
Who, me?
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time.
Ugh.
Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. February 19th, 2020. Matt, your host here. Number, if you want to be on the show, is 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. I got Susan with me. Bill Huffman was with me. I got you, the listening audience. And here, I have a question, and then I have some gifts. The question is, do you know the difference between the sheep, the sheepdog, and the wolf? So here's what I want. If you're a sheepdog, give me a call. If you're a sheep, give me a call. If you're a wolf, give me a call. And I've got a $5 off of Candy and More. I'll give each one of you in each category a $5 off from Candy and More at the Temple Mall. Tell me what the differences are. Tell me who you are. And if you're a wolf, don't worry. I won't rat you out. I may find you, but I won't rat you out here on the radio. Okay? Because if you're a wolf and you're going to hurt one of my sheep, I'm not going to let it happen. So if you're a sheepdog, let me know. Give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC. If you're a sheep, let me know, 866-89-LOGIC. If you're a wolf, let me know, 866-89-LOGIC.
And we could get into an existential argument if we wanted to about the fact that you've got to have wolves. You got to have wolves to have sheep. You got to have sheep to have wolves. You got to have sheepdogs to have sheep, and you got to have sheep to have sheepdogs. You got to have wolves to have sheepdogs, and vice versa. So we all play our part. It's just a question of where you fit in the bigger picture.
Are you on the dark side or not?
Exactly. And
here's the thing about the sheep. If you're a sheep, I don't need to hear no crap from you. I'm serious. You just need to accept and be thankful to the Lord above
that you can be a sheep.
That there are sheepdogs out there willing to stand in front of you and protect you. Okay? Just know that. Anyway. All right. What do you think about that, Susan?
I would never admit that I was a sheep in this room.
You're not a sheep. You're not a sheep. Okay. I've got, the offer still stands. Call me, 866-89-LOGIC. I had told you about the Pretenders. Chrissie Hynde pens a letter to Trump, calls for a pardon of Assange. The rock legend, Chrissie Hynde, lead singer and founding member of the Pretenders, had posted a letter she wrote to President Trump asking him to consider freeing jailed activist Julian Assange. Hynde posted the letter to her Twitter thread on Monday, explaining how she often thinks of how much her father would have enjoyed Trump's presidency and admitting she didn't always agree with her dad. Quote, but isn't it the American way, the right to disagree without having your head chopped off? You wouldn't know it nowadays. Chrissy, it's crazy out there. The Pretenders vocalist also asked President Trump to think about pardoning Julian Assange as she prepared to head to London to protest his extradition from England's Ecuadorian embassy to the United States. She says, I feel strongly enough to do what I believe is the right thing, to protest further punishment of a man who sought to defend freedom, albeit in a way you rightly disagree with, she wrote. I know Mr. Assange broke the law, as I have done defending the treatment of animals, but I believe he has been duly punished and should now be set free. Please consider my plea. And the reason I read that, ladies and gentlemen, is here you got somebody who's probably opposed to the way Trump is, but she says it in such a courteous manner. I mean, if I was Trump, I'd go, I like Rush. Rush plays The Pretenders, his opening music. Christie's sending me a letter.
Respectful. I can take a look, or I can tell one of my staff to take a look.
Look at it and see what the deal is, and maybe, who knows, whatever, we'll play it by ear. I just thought I enjoyed the civility of her letter.
Exactly. Okay? Matthew, let me drag us backwards just for a second. Here is a very, very brief explanation in case you're not familiar with it, or in case you think you know, but you're maybe looking at things a little harshly. About sheep. If you have no capacity for violence, then you are a healthy, productive citizen, a sheep. If you have a capacity for violence and no empathy for your fellow citizens, then you have defined an aggressive sociopath, a wolf. But what if you have a capacity for violence and a deep love for your fellow citizens? Then you are a sheepdog, a warrior, someone who is walking the hero's path. And
I don't like the last part of it, the hero's path.
I understand that.
I don't do squat to be a hero. I do squat because that's what's born into me.
I have never been a hero, but I have had the privilege to walk alongside a few. And I will tell you that, you know how life events change you. I think that military service really forces you to define who you are to yourself. And when you come out, you will either be a wolf or a sheepdog. You can't be a sheep because you know too much now, because you've learned violence. You have developed a capacity to achieve your means through violence. And I would not describe myself as a violent person at all. If I never hurt another human being for whatever time I have left, then that would make me very happy. But I would not hesitate. I would not hesitate to protect not only mine, but yours.
You know, Bill, it's interesting that you say that, because I've been teaching people the art of self-defense for, decades now. And you can tell when somebody's got their mindset right. And I see, I've known you for a while too, and I know your mindset. But you get people on there who want to defend themselves, get a license to carry or something, and you can just tell their mindset's not there. It's more of passing fancy as compared to a lifestyle or a mental attitude.
Indeed.
And that's why I came up with my mathematical formula. That's mindset plus mechanics equals response time. If your mindset's right, you understand the equipment that you have available to you and how it works, your response time to the situation will be much quicker and thorough. So it's just amazing to see when people are talking.
Well, I've had family members who are very pacifistic ask me. They say, "Why do you carry a gun?" And the answer I give them is, I carry a gun for love.
I carry a gun because most of the population doesn't.
Well, I carry a gun for love of my family, for love of justice, for love of my country. And should I be forced to need it, I need to have something that will allow me to make that next level. I need to, if I see something bad happening, some person is being assaulted, I can't run home and grab my gun. I can't even run out to the truck and grab my tire iron. I better have what I need with me. And that's why I go with the quote of another fellow who says, "Never leave your cave without a club."
I like it. All right, we'll take a break. Be back in a few minutes. See you on the other side. to get more information on how to get started with your training. The time for games is over. Reality starts now. aaronsgunshop.com.
Divorce attorney Ed Laughlin.
Is your marriage on the rocks? Have you been wanting to get a divorce but just haven't found an attorney that you can afford? Well, your search for an affordable attorney is finally over. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and I've been helping Texans get fast, inexpensive, hassle-free divorces for 25 years. I offer reasonable fees and always allow my clients to pay out their fees in payments that they can afford. Call me today at 773-8399 or toll-free 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment to get started. The first visit is always free.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed Laughlin today at 1-800-492-2589 or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589 or online at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589. Let Ed help you with all your legal needs. You'll feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad in Names and Numbers.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work. Sorry, I'm late. Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working.
Who, me?
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. It is February 19th, 2020. We've got a couple people on the line here. Got Raymond on line one. Raymond, stand by for a minute. Let me go through the protocol here. If you want to be on the show, give us a call at 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us, social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Now, I asked last segment, if you're a sheepdog, give me a call. Tell me you're a sheepdog, and I'll just give you a $5 off of Candy and More in the Temple Mall. If you're a sheep, and you know you're a sheep, and there's nothing wrong with being a sheep other than criticizing a sheepdog, give me a call, and you'll get a $5 off of Candy and More at the Temple Mall. If you're a wolf looking to go after some sheep, I'll keep your name private, and I'll give you $5 off of Candy and More. But just remember, I'm a sheepdog, okay? Give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Let me get Raymond on the line. Let me see what he's got to say here. Raymond, it's always a pleasure. And what's on your mind, buddy?
Yes, sir. I was just going to mention, this coronavirus and any other type of viruses that might affect the world. It speaks clearly in the book of Revelations, that we are in our end times. So therefore, all of this that's happening, all people are confused and this and this and that. But in reality, we are going at the end times, all these school shootings, all these floodings all around the United States, everything like this. And people don't want to understand this. So in order for a person to try to live the right way, is you have to believe in the good book and try to live by its means. And as far as a sheepdog, well, I'm considered a sheepdog. Now, I don't have no papers to prove that, if I'm just full-blooded, half-blooded, or Heinz 57. But
no, you ain't got to be a pedigreed sheepdog. Don't need no pedigree.
if I want to go into some show and they want to prance me around, I have to have some papers. But as far as that candy or whatever you want to donate, the first veteran that calls out there that so happens to be a wolf, you can just give it to him. Maybe that might calm him down a little bit.
All right, I like that. So we've got the sheepdog Raymond giving up his $5 at Candy and More to any wolf that'll call and admit it, and he'll give you. So you'll get double the money, you little wolf, and
now,
maybe that'll suffice.
But you have to be real careful, man. Somebody might call up there to your program that's disguised themselves in sheep's clothing. You have to be careful.
That's
you
right.
Just want the candy, but just lie about it.
Just think. If somebody calls me up as a wolf in sheep's clothing, and gets a $5 or more card, and then calls up as a wolf and gets their card, and then gets the donated card from yours. That's truly a wolf working at his max proficiency.
That's a wolf right there.
All right. Well, y'all have a good morning. Thank you, sir.
All right, Raymond. Take care, buddy. Wow. Those wolves are conniving. Sounds like a Hillary.
No, that's a snake in the grass.
Okay, then it sounds like a Bloomberg, or it sounds like a Schiff, or it sounds like, shall I keep going on?
You're forcing me to bite my tongue.
Okay. I've got President Trump threatens to sue everyone over Roger Stone trial. If I wasn't president, I'd be suing everyone all over the place. But maybe I still will, he says.
I love it when he does that.
That's a coin toss. Will he or won't he? President Trump on Tuesday laid out an unfair case against his former campaign advisor, Roger Stone, and threatened to sue the deep state swamp creatures responsible for the ongoing fraud. The president's statement, a series of tweets outlining how Stone's phony charges stem from the FBI's fraudulent witch hunt investigating into Russian collusion, came as Judge Amy Berman Jackson refused to delay sentencing for Stone, who was found guilty of making false statements to Congress and witness tampering. Quote, these were Mueller prosecutors, and the whole Mueller investigation was illegally set up based on a phony and now fully discredited fake dossier, lying and forging documents to the FISA court, and many other things, the president wrote on Twitter, referring to the head of the Russian probe, FBI Specialist Counsel Robert Mueller. Everything having to do with the fraudulent investigation is badly tainted and, in my opinion, should be thrown out. Even Mueller's statement to Congress that he did not see me to become the FBI director again has been proven false. The whole deal was a total scam. If I was president, I'd be suing everyone all over the place, he wrote. He added, in capital letters, but maybe I still will. It's a witch hunt. So there you go.
Nobody tweaks the nose like Donald Trump does. He can tweak noses of a million people.
Now, let's just use that instance to compare him to the other billionaire buying himself into an election. That other billionaire, Mini Mike, would not even come close to the language that this president is saying.
Oh, not publicly, because he has to run everything through his group first to see what sounds appropriate. But I am anxious for you to get into the next segment with Mike and start talking about all the really wonderful sound bites that we have of this fine humanitarian and his powerful support for the LGBTQ community.
You got President Trump, though. He gets his polling by his rallies. Susan gave us a nice long list of about 4 or 5 rallies coming up back to back.
Yes,
and President Trump goes, "Let me take all I got to do is listen to the cheers." That's my polling. Yep. I don't need to spend hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars to get polling where Mini Mike might do that and say, "Well, I better not say it, or I better say it this way, or I better apologize for what I said before," even though I still believe what I say.
But by the same token, Mike could buy a hell of a rally.
He can.
Mike could rent Jerry's place up in Dallas.
But here's what I'm thinking:
with people,
he can buy it,
paying them $50 a head.
He can buy it, but I think when it comes time to swing that lever, people are going to go, Trump came from an Obama supposed 8-year legacy, okay? And he flipped it around to make it the most prosperous country that the planet has ever seen.
And every time I hear somebody say that, I have to say this. Imagine what Trump could have done had he had the support of the Republican Party.
That's right.
You spineless jellyfish SOBs.
So I'm thinking when the people go to swing that lever in the election booth, they're going to say, I'm doing way better than I was 4 years ago. Why would I want to rock the boat? Why change the light bulb if it's not broken?
I pray you're right.
Okay, I've got Uncle Mark here, and we're going to see what he's got to say. I think he wants to talk. I'm not sure what he wants to talk about. Let's see what he's got to say. Uncle Mark, thanks for calling. What's on your mind, buddy?
I'm following you in your devotionals and everything. I was seeking for following you. But what you're looking for was Ezekiel chapter 5. Get right into that. I can't take up all your airtime, but that's where it's at.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what aspect, because when I read the devotional, I had
the third of these shall be died of the pestilence, and with famine shall they be consumed in the midst of thee. And the third part shall fall by the sword round about thee, and I will scatter a third part into all the winds, and I will draw out my sword after them.
It's basically God's razor of judgment. That's what Ezekiel 5 is. So he will come to judge he will come to judge us.
Only a remnant of us good, true Christians, and Common Sense of Collins talking about judicial, honest Christians, and then growing and trying to keep this country together all the way through and through our ancestors that make us together. That's where our bloodline is, in these churches that we keep together.
Well, Ezekiel, I'm sorry, Ezekiel. Uncle Mark, I appreciate the call, buddy. I want to make a comment to you. I want to make a comment that the end times are here. The thing is, though, you can't put a date on it, because if I'm correct, and if there's a Bible thumper out there who knows more than me, which I'm sure there's many of, you can correct me, but I believe the promises of God have been accomplished. So we're at the end times, basically. The question is, when is the end of time? And a day is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is a day. So I don't know. I'm not going to be the one who says on this specific date it's going to happen. All I know is, we're primed. The fruits on the tree, they look pretty ripe. Who knows when it's going to be plucked, and who knows when the good Lord is going to show up again. So just, get your papers in order, okay? Because you never know. You never know when he's going to show up. And I'm not worried about it, because Christ is my Savior, and through the blood of Christ, I am saved. So no matter, even if I am a sinner, my sins are forgiven, past, present, and future. And hopefully, because I believe in that, and I'm blessed with the blood of Christ, that I will do things not for salvation, but because I have been saved. I want to do it because I just want to do it. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes. We'll see you on the other side.
DWI and criminal defense attorney Ed Laughlin.
Just because you or a loved one has been pulled over or arrested for DWI does not mean you're guilty of DWI. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and to be arrested and charged with DWI, the officer has to only have probable cause that you're intoxicated. It's only the officer's opinion. However, to be convicted of DWI, your guilt must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, which is a much stricter burden. If you have been arrested for DWI or any other offense and want an attorney who will rigorously defend you, call me at 1-800-492-2589 or log on to my website at edlaughlin.com. Over the past 25 years as an attorney, I've been both a prosecutor and now a defense attorney. You need an experienced attorney who will work hard to get you the justice that you deserve.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed now at 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment, or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. First visit is always free. You're going to feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad and names and numbers.
To some people, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much. But that's not necessarily true. By 6 months, they're combining vowels and consonants. By 9 months, they're trying out different kinds of sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on some meaning. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Early screening and intervention can make a lifetime of difference and unlock a world of possibilities. Take the first step at autismspeaks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
All right, everybody in the car, let's go.
What are we gonna do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure, if you want.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing too?
I don't see why.
What about a bike ride? No, I want to fish.
Okay.
I've never been fishing.
Honey, we can do it all.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not.
Is it gonna be long?
No, sweetie.
I bet it takes forever.
It's not that far.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already? No way. Come on.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm gonna take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Matt, your host here. Susan Sturl with me, Bill Huffman. And if you want to be on the show, give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Look, we got Bloomberg coming into the picture. He's coming into the picture because he's buying himself in. And you've heard what Bernie said. Well, you know, if you got billions and billions of dollars, you can buy yourself in and change the rules, okay? Well, that's exactly what he did. He's bought himself in, and he's already streaming, about second place now? Is he tied with Bernie, Susan? What are the numbers showing?
I think Bernie's looking forward to being bought out, just like he was last time.
Clarify.
Well, you know, last time, Bernie was the leader. Bernie was going to get the Democratic nomination, but they had promised it to the heir apparent, Hillary. And so everybody, even the DNC, worked against Bernie to make sure that Hillary got it. Donna Brazile gave Hillary the answer or the questions that would be asked beforehand, so she could sound composed and not flat-footed. And there were people within the DNC working vehemently against Bernie because they wanted Hillary to win it, and Hillary was still not winning. And finally, Bernie had to acquiesce. Bernie had to back off and say, well, all right, I guess she gets the nomination. And then, strangely, a benevolent donor, I think her initials are Hillary Rodham Clinton, bought Bernie a nice $1 million mansion right after that so that poor Bernie would have yet another home to live in because he's never had a job, never worked in the private sector. So he only has, I think, 4 or 5 houses. Now, how do you live like that? God, could you live in just 4 or 5 houses? Personally, I have 11, but I can't imagine anybody having to live in 4 or 5 houses.
Well, you know, you can only live in one at a time.
That's not the point, Susan.
Oh.
The point is, while you're in this house, you have to look at your significant other and say, well, darling, next week, beach or snow, beach or snow.
It's like having shoes. You can only wear one.
But
it's nice to
want to have.
But it's nice to know you got them in the closet. Look,
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
only shoot one gun at a time. But in the safe, when I look at them all, I'm like, oh, why rent a movie? Just open up the safe and look at your pretty stuff in the safe.
Imelda Marcos, baby. Imelda Marcos. How
Okay,
many
look.
pair of shoes did she have?
I got 5 audio clips I want to play. I want to give you an idea of who you're dealing with or who's potentially buying the Democratic nomination for the White House. Okay, we got Michael Bloomberg. And let's see. I'm going to start with what he thinks about young blacks and Latinos, just to get a feel. This is an, I think, 2011 clip. So if he said it then, he believes it now. Let me play it. You might want to look. Most of these clips are good. I think it's the second clip that's pretty bad on the audio, isn't it, Susan?
Yes.
That's the one, the deathbeds. Okay. So
It's Bloomberg, and he's talking about deathbeds, and it's kind of low.
put your windows up,
This one.
crank up the volume, pull over, minimize the road noise.
Because I'm going to sing.
So here we go.
Of black and Latino males aged, let's say, 16 to 25 that don't have jobs, don't have any prospects, don't know how to find jobs, don't know what their skill sets are, don't know how to behave in the workplace where they have to work collaboratively and collectively.
All right, now listen. You could say he's talking about, well, we have a situation because a certain age group, a certain bracket, a certain type of nationality or whatever you want to call it has a challenge. You could look at it that way. But when you add all the pieces of the puzzle together, you get an attitude of coldness, no personality, no affection, no love, methodical, just not able to talk to us on our terms in our language. So that was one clip. Now let's talk about the death panels. The death panels basically, and I brought this up before. If I'm 90 years old and I'm in decent shape, but let's say I got prostate cancer, I hope not, but, and I go to the doctor and say, you're 90 years old, we'll just give you a pill. But I said, Doc, I can live another 10 years. I'm physically fit. I can handle the surgery. Well, you're too old. We've made the decision that we're just going to give you pills.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with whether you can handle the surgery or not. It's all about you will be inconveniencing the healthcare system.
You will cost too much.
You'll be stealing OR time from somebody who might be more important than you. And I would remind you, good old Adolf Hitler, who came up with the phrase useless eaters. And at 90 years old, baby, you're a useless eater because you're not going to work at Walmart. You're not doing...
All that tells me, though, is that his healthcare plan won't work.
Exactly.
So let me play the clip. You'll have to raise your volume on this one. I hope it'll work out, but it's a bad audio. So let's see if you can get it, and I'll play it now.
What things they can fix right away. If you're bleeding, they'll stop the bleeding. If you need an X-ray, you're going to have to wait. That's just... all of these costs keep going up. Nobody wants to pay any more money. And at the rate we're going, healthcare is going to bankrupt us. So not only do we have a problem, it's going to bankrupt us. And we've got to sit here and say which things we're going to do and which things we're not. Nobody wants to do that. If you show up with prostate cancer and you're 95 years old, we should say, go and enjoy, have a nice meal, live a long life. There's no cure, and you can't do anything. If you're a young person, we should do something about it. Society's not willing to do that yet. So we're going to bankrupt us, and we're not looking at...
All right, so there you go on the death panels. They decide to choose who can get it and who can't, even if you are healthy enough to get it. You're old, you lived your life, forget it. Well, hey, man, I may have about another 10 more years in me, so you're going to tell me I can't try to do something to extend my life? I've got a couple more coming up. We'll take a break. We'll come back after the break. Give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC, if you want to have some input on this thing, make a comment or whatever, or tell me if you're a sheepdog, a sheep, or a wolf. You get $5 off candy and more. We'll be back in just a minute. See you on the other side.
Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop auto shop, family owned and operated at 1402 North 3rd Street in Temple. Why go to another dealer? Quick Wrench Automotive, a full-service preventive maintenance and automotive repair center, offers a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on most repairs nationwide, which also includes complimentary roadside assistance. Quick Wrench also offers the best price for oil changes around at $17.95 plus tax, which includes 5 quarts of oil, new oil filter, washer fluid, and complimentary 23-point inspection. Other great deals are available on our Facebook page as well as our website, QuickWrenchAutomotive.com. Give us a call Monday through Friday at 254-935-2145 to speak with an ASE certified technician. Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Here at the Logic Nation, we often encourage you to be logical. Now, I've got two more great words to live by. Get supplied. With Studio L as a center point, Smith Supply will provide you with everything to clean anything and deliver it on time within 150 miles. That means we can deliver cleaning supplies to any facility, any business, including hotels and motels, even industries and factories, anywhere in the Killeen, Temple, Fort Hood, Metro, Waco, and Austin. No matter where you are, we can ship to your order. We also provide janitorial services and building maintenance in some areas, and our Temple showroom and our online catalog are open to the public. We're here to save you money and get your supplies to you on time, every time. So, get supplied. Since 1961, we're Smith Supply, 254-773-3592, and online at smithsupply.com.
Art Coons, the owner of ANC Firearms in Heidenhammer, Texas, is an avid gun enthusiast and enjoys helping all of his customers to find the gun that's perfect for them. With a large selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, finding the right gun becomes easy. Go to ANC Firearms, located at 5819 U.S. Highway 190 in Heidenhammer, or call them 254-983-4417. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives, and a whole lot more. ANC Firearms, 254-983-4417.
Bankruptcy attorney Ed Laughlin.
I really hate to see families suffer, especially when there's something they can do. If you have too many bills to pay, the truth is that filing bankruptcy may be the best thing you ever do. I'm not just saying it, let me prove it to you. That's why I offer a free initial consultation. Call me, because you shouldn't just have to sit there and worry.
Call 1-800-492-2589. The phone call is free and so is the appointment. You're going to feel a whole lot better.
Welcome back, everybody. Bill, take care. Welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. It is February 19th, 2020.
It's Hump Day.
Hump Day.
Wednesday.
Matt, your host. I got Susan Stroh with me. I got Rusty on the line. And he wants to talk about old man's perspective on sheepdogs. But give me a second there, Rusty. If you want to be on the show, give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Let me get Rusty set up here. Rusty, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for calling. What's on your mind, buddy?
Morning, Matt. From an old man's perspective, I guess I'm the sheepdog's daddy. I get too old to run with the big dog, so I let him do the leg work, and I do my shooting off the porch.
That'll work. So what's your perspective? Is that it?
Well, yeah, pretty much. I've been meaning to ask you, is there any difference in any kind of classes that you do people that are gimp?
Is there a difference in my classes? What now? I missed the last part.
For older people that can't get around that well.
Well, all the classes are the same. We just slow it down.
I'm getting used to that slowing down. Well, that was it, Matt. I just wanted to tell you.
Yeah, I've got a self-defense home invasion seminar. I call it the rainbow effect because it goes from A to Z, and it's not there to it's there to show you your weakness. We go through all the aspects of what you might want to know or be familiarized with, and as we go through them all, you get to see, oh, I didn't do that very good, or oh man, I didn't even know about that one. And once you highlight those and circle them and say, this is what I need to work on, then later on we can organize a class specifically for your weak spots and enhance those abilities. And then you can just do refresher courses on all your other stuff.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. And don't eat too many wolves out there.
All right.
All right. Give me a call, everybody. 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. I've got a couple other clips here I want to play. And about Mike Bloomberg. Let's see, where am I at, Susan? We did the death panels. Let's do the farmers. I've got two clips on farmers. I got the first one in its entirety of Mike Bloomberg talking about it. And then I've got another clip, Paul Harvey, with an intro of the previous clip that you're about to hear.
Michael Bloomberg is an expert on farming.
He's
He
insulting.
knows everything. He's so smart.
You know, Susan, if I took the time to slow down and to put myself into his brain, which I don't really want to do, but I can see what he's trying to get across.
There's a lot of gray matter in that brain.
Yeah. I can see what he's trying to get across, but it does not resonate with the people. It may resonate with certain people, but those certain people, I don't want them in political office. But I know what he's trying to say. He says it terribly. And because of that, and he's been saying it repetitively, I don't want him. He needs not to be in the Oval Office. We need to do whatever it takes to get him out. So I'm going to play the farmer video from, I think it was, forget what year it was. And then I'm going to play what Mike Pence, Vice President Mike Pence, did in response to that.
Bloomberg thinks gray matter is a good thing. I think gray matter is, a sloshy brain. So.
Okay, let me play the first one before the break, and then when we come back after the break, I'll play Mike Pence's response. Here we go.
And we could teach processes. I could teach anybody, even people in this room, so no offense intended, to be a farmer. It's a process. You dig a hole, you put a seed in, you put dirt on top, add water, up comes the corn. Then we had 300, you could learn that. Then you have 300 years of the Industrial Society. You put the piece of metal on the lathe, you turn the crank in the direction of the arrow, and you can have a job. And we created a lot of jobs. 98% of the world worked in agriculture. Today, it's 2% in the United States. Now comes the information economy. And the information economy is fundamentally different because it's built around replacing people with technology. And the skill sets that you have to learn are how to think and analyze. And that is a whole degree level different. You have to have a different skill set. You have to have a lot more gray matter.
So what are we, vacant of gray matter? Can't we learn that too? But this guy cannot communicate to the general population. The general population doesn't want to hear his insulting rhetoric because it does sound insulting.
He has no empathy. He has no empathy for farmers, women, pregnant women, anything. He's he can't see it in anybody else's shoes.
Susan, there's an article about him. We talked about it, losing a lawsuit or paying off somebody because of potential bad.
Wake up and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work. Sorry, I'm late. Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working.
Who, me?
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi. Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
To some people, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much. But that's not necessarily true. By 6 months, they're combining vowels and consonants. By 9 months, they're trying out different kinds of sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on some meaning. especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Early screening and intervention can make a lifetime of difference and unlock a world of possibilities. Take the first step at autismspeaks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
I spend a lot of time in the garage, but even more time in the rain, sleet, and mud. In '95, I helped tow your moving trailer. In '05, I helped you get out of a ditch. Yeah, I know I'm a bit rusty, and sadly in '09, it was sparks from me, your handy chains, dragging behind your truck that accidentally started a wildfire.
Sparks from dragging chains can start a wildfire. Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Again, Matt, your host here. It is February 19th, 2020. I have Susan Stroh with me. We've been discussing the audio clips of Michael Bloomberg and how he's buying himself into the Democratic nomination, most likely. They're going to be having the debate tonight, right, in Vegas?
Yep, they're having the Democrats are having a debate tonight in Las Vegas, and we're going to have Buttigieg, Warren, Bloomberg.
And who's that guy, man? He was.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember the guy that's running for president too.
He was vice president one time.
Klobuchar, and who's the other guy?
I can't think of his name.
What's the other guy?
He sleeps a lot. He sleeps a lot.
Can't finish a sentence.
Joe Biden. All
Anyway,
right.
Trump's having a rally tonight too, also, which is probably a planned
And
thing.
people already standing
the
in
rally's
line.
in the same night as the Democratic debate. I think that's brilliant.
I'll tell you what, Bloomberg may have $50 billion and Trump may only have about up to $5 billion, but Trump's got it going when it comes to motivating people. He got,
What is Trump's net worth? $5 billion?
I think it's 3 to 5. He may have lost some money because he's being president doing the people's
I'm
work.
sure he has.
Now, look, I got one last audio clip here. This is going to be Mike Pence's response to Bloomberg's farmer quote. And in the beginning of this clip, you hear a little bit of what Mini Mike had said, and then you'll hear the response. And God bless America for this one, I'll tell you what. Here we go. Let me play it. Crank up the volume.
I could teach anybody to be a farmer. It's a process. You dig a hole, you put a seed in, you put dirt on top, add water, up comes the corn. You could learn that.
And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, milk cows, work all day in the fields, milk cows again, eat supper, then go to town and stay past midnight at a meeting of the school board. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody willing to sit up all night with a newborn colt and watch it die, then dry his eyes and say, maybe next year. I need somebody who can shape an axe handle from a persimmon sprout, shoe a horse with a hunk of car tire, who can make harness out of hay, wire, feed sacks, and shoe scraps, who planting time and harvest season will finish his 40-hour week by Tuesday noon, and then painting from tractor back put in another 72 hours. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody strong enough to clear trees and heave bales, yet gentle enough to yean lambs and wean pigs and tend the pink-combed pullets, who will stop his mower for an hour to splint the broken leg of a meadowlark. So God made a farmer. It had to be somebody who'd plow deep and straight and not cut corners. Somebody to seed, weed, feed, breed, and rake and disc and plow and plant and tie the fleece and strain the milk. Somebody who'd bale a family together with the soft, strong bonds of sharing. Who would laugh and then sigh and then reply with smiling eyes when his son says that he wants to spend his life doing what Dad does. So God made a farmer.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are many people in many different fields who are equal and equivalent to the farmer. The farmer is an incredible individual, and so are all the other people who make America great. The way Mini Mike Bloomberg presents his thought process, he makes it seem so typical, blasé, nonchalant. It's people like the farmer and people like those who make America great. And I think that's going to resonate. At first, I was a little concerned about the money power that Bloomberg has, but my analogy of having the super aircraft carrier with a third-rate crew being Bloomberg, and having Trump with maybe not the $50 billion aircraft carrier and maybe $1 billion or $2 billion, but it's got a crew that is masters of their trade, motivated, pumped up, esprit de corps, pumped up, ready to go. God bless America, bleed red, white, and blue, the American way, apple pie, Chevrolet, the whole works. They're going to torpedo that freaking aircraft carrier. They're going to send it down with a red, huge freaking tsunami of Trump supporters. So just let's see how it goes. We're going to be watching the debate tonight. I'll be watching it. You watch the debate and flip over to the Trump rally, and you tell me which one you'd rather support, okay? And for all of you who support Mini Mike or any one of those Democrats, I feel sorry for you because you're going down a river that's going to lead over a cliff, a waterfall, into the rocks down below. Whereas Trump, it's just nothing but prosperity. We're going to be back. We're going to take a break, a 21-hour break, and we'll be back tomorrow. So until then, God bless. Keep your pattern.
One in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm gonna take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
I spend a lot of time in the garage, but even more time in the rain, sleet, and mud. In '95, I helped tow your moving trailer. In '05, I helped you get out of a ditch. Yeah, I know I'm a bit rusty, and sadly in '09, it was sparks from me, your handy chains, dragging behind your truck that accidentally started a wildfire.